High above Earth, in a part of the atmosphere called the ionosphere, there's a place called HAARP. This facility, nestled in the remote Alaskan wilderness, has been the subject of much fascination and speculation over the years. It stands for High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Established in the early 1990s, HAARP was designed to study the ionosphere, a crucial layer of our atmosphere that plays a key role in radio communication and GPS systems. Now, HAARP is a science project, a way to study the outer layer of our planet. Scientists at HAARP use powerful radio transmitters to send signals into the ionosphere, observing how these signals interact with this mysterious part of our atmosphere. But because it's far away in the Alaskan wilderness and uses strong radio waves, some people have come up with wild ideas about it. The isolation and the advanced technology used at HAARP have fueled numerous conspiracy theories. They say HAARP isn't just for science, they say it's a secret weapon. These theories suggest that HAARP has capabilities far beyond scientific research, including weather manipulation and mind control. They think it can change the weather, cause earthquakes, even mess with people's minds. Such claims have been widely circulated on the internet, often accompanied by dramatic and alarming imagery. But are these claims true? Is there any scientific basis for these extraordinary allegations, or are they simply the product of overactive imaginations? In this video, we're going to look at the real science behind HAARP. We'll delve into the research conducted at the facility and explore the actual capabilities of HAARP's technology. We'll see what's true and what's made up, using facts and expert opinions to uncover the truth about HAARP. By examining the evidence, we aim to separate fact from fiction and provide a clear understanding of what HAARP can and cannot do. Get ready to explore the fascinating world of atmospheric research and learn why it's so important to think critically about the information we come across. Understanding the science behind HAARP not only demystifies the facility, but also highlights the importance of scientific inquiry in our modern world. Let's set the record straight. HAARP is not some evil device. It's a tool that helps us understand the world around us. Remember the ionosphere? That layer way up high? It plays a big role in how radio waves travel, which affects our communication systems. That's what HAARP is all about. Studying the ionosphere to make our communication systems better. Think about it. The ionosphere is always changing because of things like solar flares and other natural events. HAARP helps us understand these changes so we can protect our technology from being disrupted. HAARP is like a detective of the atmosphere, and its investigations cover a lot of ground. It helps us study how solar flares and geomagnetic storms, those bursts of energy from the sun, can mess with our radio signals, GPS, and even power grids. By understanding these events, we can find ways to protect our technology. But that's not all. HAARP also helps us study auroras, those beautiful northern and southern lights. You know, those colorful displays in the sky. HAARP can actually create artificial auroras, giving scientists a closer look at how they work. And get this, HAARP even explores the possibility of using the ionosphere as a giant antenna for radio communication, and even for finding things underground. At the heart of HAARP is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, or IRI for short. It's like a giant radio transmitter, but much stronger. Picture a field with 180 antennas spread out like a grid. These antennas work together to send focused beams of radio waves way up into the ionosphere. Now, these radio waves are completely safe for humans and animals. They're similar to the ones used for radio communication. When these waves reach the ionosphere, they interact with the tiny charged particles up there, kind of like warming them up. This creates all sorts of interesting effects that scientists can study, like those artificial auroras we talked about, as well as changes in how electricity flows through the ionosphere. Even though there's a ton of scientific proof showing that HAARP is just for research, some people have come up with some pretty wild theories about it. These theories have been circulating for years, gaining traction in various corners of the internet and among conspiracy theorists. These theories, often spread by people who don't understand the science, claim that HAARP is a dangerous weapon. They argue that the facility's true purpose is being hidden from the public. One of the most common theories is that HAARP can control the weather. Proponents of this theory believe that HAARP's powerful radio waves can manipulate weather patterns on a global scale. They say that its powerful radio waves can create hurricanes, cause earthquakes, and even steer jet streams. These claims are often accompanied by dramatic images of natural disasters, suggesting a direct link to HAARP's activities, and even steer jet streams. The idea is that by altering the jet streams, HAARP could potentially control weather systems, leading to droughts or floods in targeted areas. Another theory is that HAARP is being used for mind control. This theory suggests that the facility's radio waves can be tuned to specific frequencies that can influence human behavior. They believe that the radio waves can be adjusted to specific frequencies that can influence people's thoughts, emotions, and actions. This idea has been popularized by various fringe groups and has even made its way into popular culture, emotions, and actions. The fear is that HAARP could be used to control populations, making people act against their will or implanting thoughts into their minds. These theories often point to the fact that the US military was involved in HAARP's early development as proof of their claims. They argue that the military's interest in the project is a clear indication of its potential for nefarious uses. However, the military was interested in HAARP for its potential to improve communication and surveillance technologies, not for mind control. The facility's research has led to advancements in understanding the ionosphere, which can enhance global communication systems. Despite the wild theories, the scientific community continues to emphasize that HAARP's work is purely for research and has no hidden agenda. The advancements made through HAARP have the potential to benefit society in numerous ways, from better weather forecasting to improved communication technologies. As interesting as these conspiracy theories might sound, they're simply not true. They often capture our imagination because they offer simple explanations for complex phenomena. However, these theories lack the rigorous evidence that scientific research provides. It's crucial to differentiate between what is scientifically proven and what is mere speculation. They're based on a misunderstanding of how physics and the atmosphere actually work. For instance, the principles of atmospheric science are well documented and have been studied for decades. Misinterpretations of these principles can lead to wild theories that simply don't hold up under scrutiny. HAARP's radio waves, while strong, are not powerful enough to influence the weather or affect our thoughts. The facility's primary purpose is to study the ionosphere, a layer of the Earth's atmosphere that is crucial for radio communication. The energy levels used in these studies are minuscule compared to the forces of nature. Think of it this way: the energy in natural events like hurricanes and earthquakes is way bigger than anything HAARP can produce. Hurricanes release energy equivalent to a 10 megaton nuclear bomb every 20 minutes, and earthquakes can release even more. HAARP's capabilities are nowhere near this scale. It's like comparing a firecracker to a volcano. The difference in energy is astronomical. While a firecracker might be loud and startling, it pales in comparison to the sheer power of a volcanic eruption, which can affect global weather patterns. Plus, the ionosphere, where HAARP does its work, doesn't directly control the weather. The ionosphere is primarily involved in radio wave propagation and has little to no impact on weather systems, which are driven by processes in the lower atmosphere. The weather happens much lower down, in a layer called the troposphere. This is where clouds form, winds blow, and precipitation occurs. The troposphere extends up to about 12 kilometers above the Earth's surface, far below the ionosphere. HAARP's radio waves mainly interact with the ionosphere and have almost no effect on the troposphere. The frequencies used are specifically chosen to study ionospheric phenomena and are not capable of influencing weather patterns or climate. And the idea of mind control, also not true. This notion is a staple of science fiction and conspiracy theories, but lacks any basis in scientific fact. The human brain is incredibly complex, and the idea that it could be controlled by radio waves is not supported by any credible research. While some types of electromagnetic radiation can affect living things, the frequencies HAARP uses are not known to have any significant effects on the human brain. Extensive studies have shown that these frequencies are safe and do not pose any health risks. So, rest assured, HAARP is not a tool for mind control or weather manipulation. When it comes to HAARP, the scientific community is united. The conspiracy theories are false. Top scientists who study the atmosphere, radio waves, and related fields have repeatedly said that HAARP cannot control the weather or manipulate minds. They point to the huge amount of scientific evidence that contradicts these claims. Dr. David Heisel, an expert in atmospheric science from Cornell University, has clearly stated that HAARP cannot affect the weather. He says the radio waves are simply not strong enough to have any real impact on the troposphere, where weather happens. And Dr. Umran Inan, an electrical engineering professor at Stanford University, agrees that the mind control claims are baseless. He says there's no scientific evidence to support the idea that HAARP's frequencies can influence brain activity. The HAARP conspiracy theories highlight how important it is to think critically in today's world, especially with so much information flying around online. It's easy to come across misleading or false information on the internet and social media. That's why we need to be careful about what we believe. Critical thinking means asking questions, checking sources, and looking at different perspectives. When you see a shocking headline or a claim that seems too good to be true, especially about something like HAARP, always ask for evidence and be cautious about information from sources you don't know or trust. Understanding basic science is also really helpful in navigating the world of information. By thinking critically and being scientifically literate, we can be more informed, less likely to be fooled by false information, and better at making good decisions. HAARP represents our desire to learn and explore the unknown. Despite the baseless conspiracy theories, it continues to be a valuable tool for scientists studying the mysteries of our upper atmosphere. The research done at HAARP has the potential to improve communication technologies, enhance our understanding of space weather, and even shed light on the captivating beauty of the aurora borealis. As we've learned, the conspiracy theories about HAARP are not backed by scientific evidence. They often come from misunderstandings about science and a lack of critical thinking. It's important to approach such claims with a healthy dose of skepticism and rely on trustworthy sources of information. HAARP reminds us that scientific progress relies not only on advanced technology, but also on reason, evidence, and the pursuit of truth.